So, Dimebag signature set of pickups going in instead of these EMGs. So yeah, this is the guitar that had the broken headstock before. One of my first videos filmed on my iPhone. So hopefully you can see it a bit better this time around. But the first thing we're going to do is take these strings, or take the whole trim off really, so that the strings are out of the way, get the EMGs off, and then we'll unbox these signature set pickups. And get them in and get them wired up. We'll need new controls because these controls will be set for the EMGs. Yeah, we'll just take it as we find it. Right, off we go. So first thing I'm going to do is just pull that claw back a little bit, just to take a little bit of tension off. I don't want to come out too far because it will put so much pressure on those threads. And now we'll just release the strings. Right, I just want to keep a bit of pressure on the string windings so that they don't start to come loose and become untidy. I'm going to just stick a capo on that's just going to hold them in place. Pop you over again. As you can see, I've already taken the cavity covers off. And that's falling straight through. That's it. Lovely. Mind your big ends. Right, so that's out the way now. No problem at all. So next thing to do is I'm going to disconnect these EMGs. So this is the switch going up here. I'm going to leave that as it is. Here's the two volume pots, and here's the tone pot. They've all got to be changed because there'll be different values for the active pickups. Right. One EMG out. Come on, you. There you go. Two EMGs out. Lovely. So while they're off, we'll just give the area underneath the pickup rings a bit of a wipe over. just because they don't come off very much, so they might as well have a clean while they're off. Right, good. Okay, here we go. Let's unbox this signature set. So it's Dimebucker and an SH159 bridge humbucker for the neck position. They've got, well, that one's got a new pickup ring, so we'll use that. Okay. SH1 bridge, it says. The picture clearly has it in the neck. And that's a bridge too. Right, okay. So this little fella is obviously going in the bridge. So yeah, in the bridge. So we'll put him in a second because we've got to feed this one through first. The authentic Dimebag set contains 2 Seymour Duncan pickups that Dimebag Darryl Abbott used for pure annihilation with Pantera, who I'm going to see in February. Dimebag told us this signature pickup is very saturated, not to the point where it's overly fuzzy, but it has a smooth and crunchy distortion tone. Lovely. Dimebag relied on our SH159 neck pickup for many years before officially joining the Seymour Duncan family. Since the December was once the Dimebucker was installed into his guitars in 2000, it was necessary for the slightly hotter 59 to be installed to give some extra teeth to his solos. So, yeah, bridge humbucker for the neck. To give balance, I guess, between the two tones. And the picture's got yellow on top, so that's what we're going to do. Right, so here, that's the bridge. This is the neck surround. So we're going to put this on first. You have a look, you can see it's kind of sloped, and it's sloped down towards the neck. So it goes this way up. Okay, so, yep, good. Right, so it seems we want these little black screws because there's no thread inside the tabs, and these are self-tapping black screws, so presumably, let's get this the right way up first time. Yeah, that's good. These little self-tappers need to go through the plastic on the outside. There you go, that's caught it. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, again, that'll do for now. Right, so what I'm going to do is that and that and that and that can go in this little bag. Nope. And that. you can go back in the box. And then this obviously comes from the other EMG, so we'll put that together with that, and that can go in the box, and that can go in the box, and then we've got our new pickup. Right, so feed this through. Change hands. And then we'll use the old screws. Right, bridge, neck, switch. Jack we'll sort out a bit later. We're all wired up now. I've extended the bridge ground because it was cut away because of course it had active pickups put on it, so we didn't need it. Here's the neck and the bridge pickups wired in. I did some research to try and find out which was the original wiring, whether it was this way around. It makes perfect sense to have this as the neck and this as the bridge. But I'm not sure if that was originally how it was wired. If you know, then please drop me a comment. It would be really interesting to know, but that's how I've wired it up for this time. It's not going to be a difficult swap around if we need to change it. Your orange drop capacitor for the tone, straight out to the jack. I've taken the extra battery connection off of the jack, so I used the original jack. The switch has remained wired up as it was. All I'm going to do now is put the trem back in, put the strings back on, give it a good test, make sure everything's working, put the covers back on, quick setup, and it's done. Okay, so put new strings on this when I fixed the neck brake previously, so these strings are reasonably new. Just going to feed these through the right way. They're a bit twisted. That's better. Good. So I'm just going to hold this as I turn you over. I'm going to put one spring. It had two either side, so I'm going to stick with that as an option. And we'll put you on. So the trim's now in place and held. So I can tighten the strings up a bit. That's better. So over again, spring, do an outside one. Good. Okay, that's reasonably in tune. I'll sort that in a minute. So yeah, I've wired this as the bridge volume, and there's the tone all the way off. Then I've wired this as the neck volume. So there you go. Both. Just the bridge. Good. Okay. Just you. So we'll leave you in because I'm going to do the setup now. Which, to be fair, I had already done, so I don't think it's going to need very much. But as I've moved the claw, when I've taken the strings off, I want to make sure that the trim is sitting level still when it's at pitch. Let's tip him back a little bit, just a bit. So the claw is pulling too tightly. So I'm going to drop a couple of turns out, maybe one or even half a turn. Back up to pitch. And that is lovely and level. Yep, that's lovely. Good. Right, we'll check while we're here, we'll check the neck relief. I've obviously got to set the pickup height as well. So capo back on. Yeah, that's set nicely. String height was probably moved because I took the trim off and the posts will have moved. At 1.5 mil. 125. I'll probably go down a little bit on that, but I'll do that at the desk Really depends how it plays. In fact, I still want those, because what we'll probably need adjusting, because I haven't adjusted them at all with these pickups. So just a touch higher on this side. And a touch lower on this side. Yep, good.